Sand is not supposed to glow. Yet on certain nights, on certain beaches, the ocean ignites. Blue fire spreads across waves, footprints spark. Every movement creates light. This is not special effects. This is bioluminescence. And it represents just one of 10 beaches that should not exist, according to what most people think they know about coastlines. The beaches on this list are not here because they are beautiful. Beauty is common. Turquoise water and white sand exist on thousands of shores. These 10 beaches made this list because they reveal planetary processes most people never witness. Chemistry, biology, geology, physics operating at scales that transform coastlines into laboratories. By the end, you will understand why some beaches are destinations and others are phenomena. Vaadhoo Island in the Maldives experiences bioluminescence caused by dinoflagellates. These are microscopic plankton that produce light when disturbed. The chemical reaction involves luciferin and oxygen. The result is blue light visible to human eyes. But the phenomenon is not guaranteed. It requires specific conditions. Water temperature must be between 21 and 29 degrees Celsius. Plankton populations must reach threshold concentrations. Moon phase matters because excessive moonlight drowns the effect. Pollution kills dinoflagellates completely. This means witnessing bioluminescence requires timing, luck, and willingness to visit during windows that may produce nothing. Most tourists arrive expecting guarantees. Nature provides none. The beach itself is unremarkable during daylight. Standard Maldivian coral sand, shallow water, palm trees. The transformation happens only after sunset when conditions align. The experience of walking through glowing water creates a cognitive disconnect. Your brain knows this should not be possible. Yet your eyes provide evidence. This is the value. Direct confrontation with natural phenomena that logic says should not exist. Best viewing occurs between July and February during new moon phases. Accommodation on Vaadhoo is limited. Most visitors stay on nearby islands and arrange night boat transfers. The uncertainty is part of the experience. You may see nothing, or you may witness an ocean that looks like spilled stars. Papakolea Beach in Hawaii contains green sand, not tinted green, not greenish, actually green. The color comes from olivine crystals, a mineral common in volcanic rock. When lava meets ocean, rapid cooling creates olivine. Wave action erodes the surrounding basalt, but olivine is denser and more resistant. Over thousands of years, olivine accumulates while lighter minerals wash away. The result is a beach composed of green gemstone fragments. Only 4 green sand beaches exist on Earth. Papakolea is the most accessible, though accessibility is relative. The beach sits inside a volcanic crater with no road access. Reaching it requires a 6-kilometer hike across private land where vehicle access is legally prohibited, but widely ignored by unlicensed tour operators. The ethical tension is part of the story. Increased tourism is destroying the path and accelerating erosion of the olivine itself. Every visitor contributes to the degradation of what they came to see. This paradox exists at almost every natural wonder. The act of visiting damages the attraction. Papakolea forces this awareness. You can avoid the beach to preserve it, or visit it knowing you are part of the problem. There is no clean choice. The hike is hot and exposed. Bring water. Expect wind. The beach is small and swimming is dangerous due to currents. Most visitors spend 30 minutes, take photos, and leave. What stays with you is not the green sand. What stays is the reminder that tourism and preservation are often incompatible. Punaluu Beach in Hawaii contains black sand composed of basalt. This is common in volcanic regions. What makes Punaluu unique is the population of green sea turtles that use the beach for basking. Turtles choose Punaluu because the black sand absorbs heat. Basking raises their body temperature, which improves digestion and immune function. But here is the problem. Tourists. Turtles are protected under federal law. Touching them carries fines up to $10,000. Yet visitors regularly approach within centimeters to take selfies. This stresses the turtles. Chronic stress suppresses immune systems. Suppressed immunity increases disease vulnerability. Increased disease kills turtles. The chain is direct. Punaluu demonstrates that presence alone causes harm. You do not have to touch wildlife to damage it. Your proximity is enough. The beach maintains clear signage explaining safe distances. Most tourists ignore it. This happens because people prioritize the photograph over the animal, the Instagram post over the ecosystem, immediate gratification over long-term consequences. Punaluu is beautiful, but it is more valuable as a lesson in how tourism kills what it claims to love. Visit early morning before crowds arrive. Maintain 15 feet from all turtles. If a turtle moves towards you, step back. The photo is not worth the cost. Pfeiffer Beach in California is purple. The color comes from manganese garnet deposits in the surrounding cliffs. Wave action erodes the garnet-rich rock. Concentrated garnet creates purple streaks in the sand, but the purple only appears under specific conditions. The beach must be wet. Sunlight angle matters. Time of day affects visibility. During dry conditions, the sand looks gray. This conditionality is the point. Natural phenomena do not perform on demand. They operate according to physical laws indifferent to your schedule. Most visitors arrive midday expecting vivid purple. They find gray sand and leave disappointed, blaming the beach for not matching filtered photos they saw online. The disappointment is self-inflicted. Pfeiffer Beach never promised anything. Human expectations created the gap. This pattern repeats everywhere. People visit natural locations expecting perfected versions shown in marketing. Reality rarely matches because marketing shows one perfect moment from 10,000 average ones. Pfeiffer requires low tide, winter months, and recent rain for maximum purple saturation. Even then, results vary. The beach is also dangerous. Rip currents kill swimmers annually. Waves undercut cliffs causing rock falls. Warning signs are ignored. The combination of conditional beauty and physical danger means Pfeiffer Beach rewards preparation and punishes assumptions. Access road is unmarked. Parking is limited. High tide covers most of the beach. Plan accordingly or waste the trip. The Dead Sea is not technically a beach. It is a salt lake. But it makes this list because it is dying. The Dead Sea is shrinking by 1 meter per year. Water diverted for agriculture, mineral extraction, climate change reducing rainfall. Within 30 years, the Dead Sea may no longer exist. What you can experience now, your children may only see in photographs. The water contains 34% salt. This is 10 times ocean salinity. Nothing survives in it except specialized bacteria. The extreme salinity creates buoyancy. You cannot sink. Floating requires no effort. But this is not the valuable part. The valuable part is confronting impermanence. Everything dies. Mountains erode, species go extinct, coastlines vanish. Human lifespans create the illusion of permanence. Mountains look eternal because they outlast you. But on geological timescales, everything is temporary. The Dead Sea forces this awareness. You are floating in something that will not exist in your lifetime. This applies to everything. The relationships you take for granted, the opportunities you postpone, the assumptions you make about tomorrow. The Dead Sea does not grant perspective through beauty. It grants perspective through absence. Mud on the shore contains minerals promoted for skin benefits. Tourists cover themselves and photograph each other. The spectacle is absurd and human. Visit before it is gone. Bring water shoes because salt crystals cut skin. Do not submerge your head because the salinity will burn your eyes. Shower immediately after because residual salt causes itching. The experience is uncomfortable. That is the point. Playa del Amor in the Marietta Islands of Mexico is hidden inside a crater. The beach exists because of bombing. Mexican military used the islands for target practice in the early 1900s. Repeated explosions created a crater. The roof eventually collapsed. Ocean water flooded in. The result is a beach accessible only by swimming through a tunnel during low tide. This is absurd. Humans accidentally created beauty through destruction. The irony is perfect. War created a destination. Violence produced a place people now describe as paradise. The Mexican government allows only 116 visitors per day. Permits must be arranged weeks in advance. Tour operators control access. The restriction exists because uncontrolled tourism nearly destroyed the beach within 5 years of it becoming Instagram famous. Thousands of daily visitors trampled vegetation, disturbed nesting birds, and polluted the water. The ecosystem was collapsing. Mexico responded by implementing strict quotas. Tourism revenue dropped. Local businesses complained. The government maintained restrictions. This is rare. Most destinations prioritize revenue over preservation until damage is irreversible. Playa del Amor demonstrates that sustainable tourism requires saying no. Limits are not restrictions, they are preservation. The swim through the tunnel is short but requires confidence. Waves surge, visibility is poor, panic causes accidents. Once inside, the beach is small, perhaps 30 people maximum. You get 30 minutes before the next group arrives. This scarcity is the experience, knowing that not everyone gets to come here, knowing that limits protect what you are seeing. Glass Beach in California is composed of sea glass. This is not natural. This is recycled garbage. For decades, Fort Bragg used the cove as a dump site. Residents threw trash directly into the ocean, bottles, plates, car parts. When the dump closed in 1967, thousands of tons of glass remained in the water. Wave action tumbled the glass for decades. Sharp edges smoothed. The result is a beach covered in polished glass fragments in every color. This should not be beautiful. This is a former dump site. Yet tourists collect the glass. Photographers call it magical. The California Coastal Commission designated it a protected area. The lesson is uncomfortable. Humans create beauty through destruction and time. The glass is not supposed to be there. It represents decades of pollution. Yet, because waves transformed it into something visually appealing, people celebrate it. This raises questions about what we value and why. Is beauty an excuse for environmental damage? Does aesthetic appeal erase harm? Glass Beach does not answer these questions. It poses them. Collecting glass is technically illegal, but enforcement is minimal. Each piece removed reduces what future visitors see. the beach is slowly disappearing as tourists take fragments. The irony, people are destroying the beach by loving it exactly the way previous generations destroyed it through pollution. Different method, same result. Visit during low tide. The glass is more visible when wet. Do not take pieces. Leave it for others. Vik Beach in Iceland is black with basalt columns. These columns formed when lava cooled rapidly. The geometric patterns are the result of thermal contraction, creating hexagonal fractures. This geological process is common. What makes Vik unique is the folklore. According to Icelandic legend, the rock formations jutting from the water are trolls who tried to drag a ship ashore. Sunlight turned them to stone. This story is obviously false. The formations are basalt sea stacks eroded by waves over thousands of years. Yet the folklore adds something photographs cannot capture: human relationship with landscape. For centuries before tourism, locals assigned meaning to natural features. Mountains were not just mountains, they were homes of hidden people. Rocks were not rocks, they were cursed beings. This narrative relationship with landscape is mostly dead in modern culture. We see nature as scenery, as background for selfies, as resources to extract. Icelandic folklore offers an alternative: nature as characters in an ongoing story. This does not require believing in trolls. It requires recognizing that how you frame your environment changes your experience of it. Vik also demonstrates the power of Atlantic storms. Waves exceed 10 meters. Sneaker waves kill tourists who turn their backs to the ocean. Warning signs are everywhere. Deaths still occur annually. The beach is not here to accommodate you. The beach is indifferent. Respect that or face consequences. Visit during summer for calmer conditions. Winter storms are spectacular but dangerous. Never turn your back to the ocean. Waves arrive in sets with unpredictable intervals. The formations are beautiful. The folklore is charming. The ocean will kill you if you forget where you are. Shell Beach in Australia is composed entirely of shells. Not shells mixed with sand, only shells, billions of them, 10 meters deep in some areas. The beach formed over thousands of years because the water is twice as salty as normal ocean water. High salinity kills most predators that would normally eat the cockle shells. Without predators, cockle populations explode. When cockles die, their shells accumulate faster than wave action can disperse them. The result is a 110-kilometer beach made entirely of shells. Walking on it sounds like breaking glass. Each step crushes layers. The beach crunches. This is not comfortable, this is unsettling. You are walking on trillions of dead organisms. The scale of death required to build this beach is incomprehensible, yet tourists describe it as beautiful. Shell Beach forces confrontation with human tendency to aestheticize death. We find skulls artistic. We call graveyards peaceful. We turn death into decoration. This is not criticism, this is observation. The human mind transforms discomfort into beauty as a coping mechanism. Shell Beach demonstrates this process at planetary scale. The shells are protected. Removing them is illegal. Signs explain the ecology. Tourists ignore them and fill bags anyway. This is predictable. When humans want something, regulations become suggestions. Access is remote. The beach is part of Shark Bay World Heritage Area. The nearest town is Denham. Bring water and sun protection. Shade is non-existent. The experience is worth the effort. Not because the beach is pretty, because it forces awareness of the death required to build beauty. Maldives will likely disappear within 80 years. Sea level rise, coastal erosion, climate change accelerating both. The entire nation sits less than 2 meters above sea level. As oceans warm and ice sheets melt, the Maldives submerges. This is not alarmism. This is projected timeline based on current emissions trajectories, which means every beach in the Maldives is temporary. The government knows this. They are already planning relocation strategies, purchasing land in other countries, training citizens for displacement. Tourism continues as if nothing is wrong. Resorts advertise paradise. Influencers post sunset photos. Nobody mentions the timeline. This cognitive dissonance defines modern tourism. We visit places we know are dying while pretending they will last forever. The Maldives forces this contradiction into focus. You can visit now and contribute to the economy that funds adaptation, or avoid it to reduce your carbon footprint, which contributes to the problem. There is no ethical position that feels clean. Whichever choice you make, you are part of the system destroying what you claim to value. The Maldives will not last. Your grandchildren will not see these beaches. This is not speculation. This is physics. Visit understanding. This is a goodbye tour, not a vacation. The lesson is not about the Maldives. The lesson is about everything. Climate, ecosystems, opportunities, all temporary, all operating on timelines you cannot control. These 10 beaches share one common element. They should not exist. Bioluminescent water violates expectations. Green sand defies logic. Purple beaches seem impossible. Dead seas shrink in real time. Each beach on this list reveals that Earth operates according to processes that do not care about human comprehension or preference. Sand glows because chemistry demands it. Olivine accumulates because density requires it. Turtles use black sand because physics dictates it. You're not entitled to witness any of this. These phenomena existed before tourism. They will continue or cease according to forces beyond individual control. What you do with this awareness determines whether you travel as a consumer or participant. Consumers extract. They take photos, they collect shells, they approach turtles, they ignore warnings, they prioritize experience over impact. Participants observe. They maintain distance, they follow restrictions, they acknowledge limits, they recognize that some experiences require sacrifice. The difference is not moral, the difference is sustainable. Consumer tourism destroys faster than nature recovers. Participant tourism extends timelines. These 10 beaches will not last forever. Some will disappear within your lifetime. Others will degrade until they no longer resemble what brought you here. This is not tragedy. This is reality. Everything ends. Beaches erode. Olivine depletes. Plankton populations crash. Salt lakes evaporate. Your choice is whether to see them while they exist or explain to future generations why you did not. Pack accordingly. Respect limits. Leave no trace. Understand that your presence causes impact regardless of intention. The next video explores why some natural wonders will outlast tourism while others will not, and what that difference reveals about how we value the planet.